Your Steve Jones Show podcast is loading now. The Steve Jones Show podcast is sponsored by Sunbury Motors, North 4th Street in Sunbury, and Sunbury Motors Kia, routes 11 and 15 in Hummel's Wharf.
Let's get into the Eagles a little bit. Michael Barkann, who has just done great work forever with NBC Sports Philly, among others, and now Eagles postgame show. Michael, welcome. It's great to have you with us.
Me and Mr. Jones. It is an honor and a pleasure, my friend. How are you?
It is great to hear you, Michael. I mean, geez, it's too long since I've even talked to you, so it's great to have you on.
Way too long. Way too long. Will you tell Dick Girardi what a pair the two of you must be? Will you tell DJ that I said hello, please? I miss him.
You know what? Those Daily News live shows were phenomenal. I mean, really. And you know what? I know we're going to get to the Eagles in a moment, but there's a real skill to facilitating conversation. I'm talking to a guy I think that's an expert in that area, the ability to facilitate conversation, which you did on Daily News Live forever on that show.
Thank you very much. I just played the point as best I could. You know what I mean? I just try to deliver the ball and let the guys down in the paint do their thing. And Dick Girardi was definitely one of them, and it was a joy to work with him. Do you know anyone who knows more about more sports than Dick? For goodness sake. No. And it's amazing. And then a horse is out there running, and he can tell you everything from chapter and verse. From the jockey to the trainer to the ankles to everything. It's unbelievable. Yep. Oh, yeah.
So I got to ask you about.
Go ahead.
No, it's okay. No, he is the best. And look, you know darn well when you're sitting in a certain chair. I sit there on Saturdays with Jack Ham, and I sit there in basketball with Dick Girardi. I got it made. And I'll be the first to admit it.
It's a beautiful thing, my friend. It's a beautiful thing, you know. But I'll tell you what, you do pretty darn good yourself, pal. Let me tell you that. So.
Thanks, Michael. I appreciate that.
It's just
so let's get to the Eagles. Yeah, that means a lot, especially coming from you. I've got to ask you about the Eagles here to this point. It's an interesting year in the league where I feel like there at the moment doesn't feel like there's a great team. How much does that now play into the Eagles' season that there aren't a lot of great teams and they've been able to take advantage a couple of weeks?
Steve, I think it could play in significantly if they can take care of New Orleans, and I think that's also a significant if, but if they can take care of New Orleans, and then they'd be 5-6 on the season, and you look at the remaining 6 games after that, you got the Giants twice, you've got the Jets. In fact, I think it's the first time ever, I could be wrong, but I think it's the first time ever that they've played at the Meadowlands in back-to-back weeks in the NFL during the regular season. But they got Jets, Giants twice, Washington football team twice. They do end with the Dallas Cowboys, but that is here. And who knows? I mean, if they got, if they had 10 wins, I think they might be a playoff team. The question is, are they really improving in all facets of the game, or is the competition a little bit less than what we thought? And I guess it matters not as long as you're winning, and they have been doing that back and forth, unfortunately, over the last several weeks. But when they've looked good, they've looked very good. And defensively, they actually came to play this past weekend, which was nice to see at Denver.
Michael, it's one thing to see a guy on TV like Devontae Smith, but then you get a chance to see him in person. Now you've seen him in person for a bit. What's your impression of him?
He is a stud. When I see a guy of that size, Chip Kelly, the failed Eagles coach, now back in the college ranks again, Chip Kelly used to say, big guys beat up little guys, or words to that effect. And it's not always true, but I think in large part it's true. And Devontae Smith might be one of those exceptions to the rule. I hope so. He's obviously in great shape. He is just one big knot of muscle. But he's 5'8" or so, 5'9" or so. And he had a touchdown catch last weekend, which was a thing of beauty. Went and got the ball, brought it down, took it from the defender. Looked like he might have been out of bounds in the end zone, but he wasn't. And it was a play that you would have thought a larger, bigger receiver would have made, yet he made it. So the only thing that worries me is I watched Deshaun Jackson get beat up in his years at Philadelphia. I watched him get into a major collision with a Atlanta Falcons defensive back and miss significant time. And I concern myself with Devontae Smith. I think his tools are excellent. I think he's a really smart guy. And I think he's a dynamic player. What he's done has been amazing. He's what you expect your first-round pick to do, unlike Jalen Reagor the year before and other first-rounders under Howie Roseman. But Devontae Smith's big thing to me is going to be, and he hasn't been injury-prone, but his big thing to me is, you got to stay healthy in the NFL. Can't make the club in the tub. So I'm praying that happens for him because he's a special player.
Early in the season, a lot of throwing of the football, not as much with the running attack. There's been a better mix of late. Why?
I think the defenses of the teams that they have been playing were suspect against the run, and certainly Denver's was. Certainly Denver was missing some players, and that won't be the case with New Orleans. And I also think they were getting their brains beat in, and it's ridiculous if you're rushing the ball 3 times in a gosh darn game, Steve. I mean, 3 times. Yeah. It's an embarrassment. So I firmly believe that the run sets up the pass, and that if you have a quarterback who is really adept at play action, you set up there. Even if you don't do the run, if you got a good play action quarterback, you can get guys to bite defensively. You know that well. But they passed it all the time, and there really wasn't a rhyme or reason to me to their offense. And in Philadelphia, they let you hear about it, as you know, and they let Nick Sirianni hear about it. And I don't think that's the main reason that he responded, because if you start listening to the fans, you know what they say. Soon you'll be sitting with them. But I do think that he wanted to balance the offense more, and in fact, if the rushing game really was needed, then he would go more with that. And I think that's what he's done over the past 3 games. They've rushed the ball way more than they've passed the ball, and yet I still think they've had exciting, great pass plays. Certainly the Devontae Smith play was one of them. He hit Quez Watkins for a touchdown at the end of the first half, which Watkins dropped. It was a thing of beauty the way he just dropped it right in the bucket. And I think there is a balance, and running the ball, again, something that Penn State has done very well over the years with all those great running backs. Running the ball is exciting if you pick up yards, if you move the pile. Yeah. And that's what the Eagles have been doing. And now here's the thing. The Saints' rushing defense is number 1 in the NFL. Yep. So it remains to be seen whether the Eagles will be as successful this Sunday.
And we'll see about Miles Sanders' situation coming up on Sunday as well. Jalen Hurts, what has the running attack meant to the play-action game for him? Because it looks like each week he is making a step up the rung of the ladder.
I was thinking about this as I was getting ready to, driving into the studio, getting ready to talk to Steve Jones. And I was thinking, we don't let players flourish anymore. We don't let players blossom anymore. Certainly in Philadelphia, that's difficult to do. And I would say in Major League Sports in general, we want to see stuff happen right now. And the fact of the matter is it's a different game from college than the NFL for everybody. And I wonder what would have happened with any number of players that were highly touted that didn't make it big if they had just been given time to kind of grow into their roles, grow into the players that they could have been or that they were in college. And I think Jalen Hurts is the son of a coach. He talks like a coach. I don't care if they get their brains beat in or they beat Denver 30-13. He's real calm, cool, and collected, and he's passionate about the team. But I think that the running game has only made him deadlier as a passer. It's made the defense have to check whether or not he's going to keep the ball and run, which thankfully he's doing that. I guess he's probably doing it about the same, but he's averaging about 10 yards per carry, for goodness sake, which you might expect when you have a viable running back option. And it's been exciting to watch, and I hope he continues to mature. Look, I knew he was going to be the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles last year. I think it might have been his second start. It was a loss at Arizona, playing against Kyler Murray, and this guy was phenomenal. And we came on the air for the post-game show, Steve, and I said, you've just seen the future of the quarterback position for the Philadelphia Eagles. And Ray Dittinger, Seth Joyner, and Barrett Brooks were like, man, you better take a load off because you're out of your mind. And I said, did you not just see what I saw? Did you not just see the way he threw the ball, the way he ran the ball, how calm he was back there? And he never panics. I'll give him that. He might get thumped, but he does not panic, that guy. So
no, he does not.
I'm interested to see the future, Steve, with him.
Yeah. Me too. And I know I had a limited window with you, so I want to be courteous with that and make sure you get to your next assignment. It was great to have you on. I hope this is not the last time we have you on because I always enjoy talking with you, Michael.
My friend, thank you. I apologize. I have the Flyers warm-up show tonight, and all this is happening at the same time as it looks like Bryce Harper will win the National League MVP award. So we're trying to juggle a lot of different things. But I apologize for having to go. But if you would ask me back again, I would love to do the show again and shoot the breeze about anything you want. And again, my apologies for having a bolt.
Michael, you take care of business. We will talk soon, I promise you. Thank you. You're one of the best in the business.
Me and Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.